giant hello.
Welcome
to
our
Next
episode
of
Creatures
and
Cantrips.
Enjoy.
I
Am
Tyler
Cody.
Krista
Noah.
Holly.
Today's
Topic.
Is
going
to
be
Determined.
by
Tyler.
himself.
All right, guys. Today,
Oh, God.
That went way smoother than I ever thought it would.
Yeah, I'm just like, wait, when you were looking at me like, what do I say? I'm like, is. Like, how would you finish that sentence yourself?
That was okay because Noah whispered to me himself, and I still stared at him like.
All right, guys. So I think in line of what today actually is, which is April 22nd, today is Earth Day.
Woo!
So this probably
Yes,
won't
today.
be.
I've been in a closet all day. I'm Harry Potter, bitch.
That's right,
should've
you
been
are,
outside.
you
Welcome
gay
out
fuck.
of the closet.
I left my computer. I can't even look anything up.
So we're not going to talk about it all throughout this episode, but I did have one question that I think we should start off with. What's one thing that you think humanity could do, or that you yourself could do, to help better our planet or save it in a way? So you can go like super big brained, or you can just like, you know what? Like every Sunday I'm gonna walk up and down my street, pick up some trash, or I'm gonna try to use less plastics or that sort of thing.
A forcible
So,
rapture.
are you talking like realistic things that we can do,
Yeah, I mean,
or are you talking like in the grand scheme of things?
you
like
can do
things-
either or. Because
okay.
I said I either said like we can either think of as a humanity like something that like it would have to be like a huge combined effort to achieve,
Yeah.
or something that we can just do day to day, or just something that we could do like weekly or something by ourselves to help.
No.
What?
Well, let's actually we'll start
have
it that way. We'll start what do you think that we could do like day to day, or something that we could do weekly to help better our planet
Oh. Well, I had one for the first question.
for the grand scheme.
But
of
yeah.
things? Well, we can do both. I mean,
Wha-
that's not going to be hard.
One thing that I think that we should do, there should be cameras set up all along highways. And if you are caught littering, you go to jail. Whether it's a day in jail, whatever, you go to jail.
Okay.
Because I can't tell you how many times driving down the highway, there is 6 fucking bags of trash.
Yeah.
Like, it's all the time. And clearly people are dumping it out of fucking cars so you can get license plate, things like that. You can track down the people. I feel like there should be more enforcement on that. Because, yes, there's signs every so often where it's like, littering is a $500 fine. No,
but
make
how are
them
you
go
gonna
to
have
jail or
Says
something.
who?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Unless you catch them in the act, it's really hard.
That's what I
Except for
mean.
the
That's
thing-
what I mean. It should be structured. We should have cameras where you can link it to someone, where you can be like, this is the license plate of the car. Whoever's driving that fucking car is the person who threw 6 bags of trash out. That's not something that you're just like, it's not a cup out the window. You are actively stopping on the side of the road and dumping 6 bags of trash.
Right. Did you see though on Facebook that guy who threw out like a huge it was like 5 or 6 sheets bags, and somebody went through them all and found his name. Mm-hmm. Because
With the-
because she
There's a lot of
has-
people that do that.
Yeah.
and it's
Just
like
like a ton.
yeah, and then everybody was like shit talking him on Facebook, and they're like, dude, pick up your fucking trash. And I
That's
was like, I was like, that
amazing.
was wonderful
So-
to see.
I did that to someone. When I was the manager of a Unimart, there was someone who threw a bunch of trash in our trash can, but then I don't know if they did it on purpose or the bags broke when they were throwing it in, but there was a mounds of trash surrounding our dumpster. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the fuck? So I went through it. I put on gloves and I went through it, and I found a piece of mail with their address. So I fucking bagged it up and I called the cops and I said, this is their trash. Here's the fucking thing. Go take it back to that house. And they did. They knocked on the door and set all of the trash on their porch. And they said that if they're ever caught dumping on our property again, It's an immediate fine, all this different shit. But I was so pissed. I'm like, okay, throw it in the dumpster. If the bag broke, pick it up. Even if they fucking came inside and were like, hey, I was throwing something in the dumpster, which isn't for public use. But if they were like, the bag broke, I would have been like, yeah, I will grab our fucking... We had like a little broom and dustpan thing that was metal for that.
Yeah.
I would have gone out and helped them. But they just fucking left it. And it was like... I don't know if it was a really big contractor bag or if it was multiple bags. But there was so much shit everywhere. And it was blowing everywhere.
What about you? What would you do?
This in our society right now is pretty unrealistic, but this is what I would want to happen.
Sure.
If you are a company that makes a plastic product, a portion of your profits goes towards funding the recycling plant.
No, that's completely doable. You're right.
But I'm saying in our society right now, like nobody's going to do that.
Oh, that's just.
But I'm saying,
government.
like, if you produce
Yeah.
a plastic type item,
I like that.
Yeah.
a portion should go towards funding recycling centers in like
Or,
every
like,
major
plastic.
city.
It's like the
like
they
the
have to
recycling
charge-
programs, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because they have to charge like whenever I worked at the car dealership.
Yeah.
I almost said the name. When I worked at the car dealership, we had to pay a hazmat fee for them to do
Oh,
anything
To
with
get rid of like your fluids and stuff.
yeah, but it was only like 2 fluids, and I'm like, what about like brake fluid and stuff? And they're like, they don't give a shit. I'm like, that makes no sense.
Right.
I mean, we disposed of all of it through that because it's like we're paying for it, we might as well use it. But I'm like,
Yeah.
Because then
you're telling me there's other places that can just like
Yeah.
they mostly suck it up with that. You can use cat litter for it. What's it called? I can't think of what it is, but it's that like powder stuff that you like.
Petrify?
Like the stuff that we use. Polysodium acrylate.
Yes.
It is something like that. I
It's
believe.
the same shit that they put in baby diapers. It's like you get liquid on it and it'll absorb all the liquid and turn into like
Yeah, because it'll
kind of
absorb.
like a solid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll absorb like oil
Yeah.
and everything
Yeah,
too.
that's what we use
Yeah.
on the tattoo shop.
and that would be like, I mean, technically, it's not like taxpayer dollars or whatever, but like if you're buying that product, part of that goes towards being able to recycle other items, but it's not like coming out of your taxes. Like if you choose to buy that item,
Yeah.
then you are also funding the recyclable.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
process.
like a plastics tax.
Yeah, yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
I actually like that a lot. I think that's. I get it.
yeah, yeah. And the use of plastic bags, I think, should not be a thing.
The more and more states are making them illegal, and one of the states that I'm absolutely shocked that did, New Jersey. Absolutely shocked because
Wasn't California like one of the first ones that did that?
California is one of the first ones. For
I was
all
gonna say
that
I'm
stuff.
not 100% sure. I just know New Jersey. It is now completely illegal to give people
But
plastic
California,
bags.
they go a little too far with stuff sometimes.
Okay,
too.
listen. Fucking paper straws are horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, in 30 seconds, it's already in your fucking mouth. And it's like, I'm just going to drink it from the glass. Thank
Yeah.
you. It's
Yeah,
fine.
just
I
get
don't
rid of
need a
straw
fucking
altogether.
straw.
Yeah.
Don't need
Like,
paper.
just
Yeah.
get rid of the straw altogether or a fucking metal straw. That's fine too. The shit will rust later. Like,
Right.
whatever. But like,
I have another one. It's smaller. It's something that always irks me.
okay.
I used to smoke cigarettes. I was never a person who threw my cigarette butts on the ground because bunnies will eat them, birds will eat them, it will kill them. So, never threw a cigarette butt on the ground. I would put them back in my pack. Hated that shit.
Yeah.
If I saw someone throw a cigarette butt on the ground, I would pick it up and put it in my pack. Like, I did not want that on the ground. There is a cigarette company. It was called Foreman Cigarettes. Completely biodegradable cigarette filters, and inside of them are wildflower seeds. That should be mandatory. All cigarettes
pretty
should be
cool.
made with those cigarette filters to where you throw it on the ground, it's fine. It's gonna
That
gonna
shit kind of
decompose.
makes me want to smoke cigarettes.
But like that's one of those things. It is doable. It is a fucking thing. That should be
Right,
mandatory.
and tobacco's just a plant.
Right, tobacco's
and
just a plant.
the outside wrapper is paper, so trees.
That's the thing.
plant,
The only thing that's
like,
not
yeah, so
biodegradable is
is
the
the
filters
filter, yeah.
themselves, and that's the part that people throw on the ground. So if you were
grandma
to
used to
do
get them
that,
without a filter.
if a bird eats
hated
it, a bunny
filters.
eats
Lucky
it, anything like that, it's completely
No, they're
safe.
Marlboros,
Yeah.
And I
but,
think that should be like a
yeah.
mandatory thing. If cigarettes are going to be
Hey.
manufactured,
You can still buy them at Sheath.
it should be
Oh,
the
really?
biodegradable,
There's, like,
full
3
of
packs,
wildflower
and they're just,
seeds.
like,
Yep.
hidden
I
in
love
the
it.
corner.
What are they?
Because that would
Lucky
also
Strikes,
help the
Marlboro, and
bee
all
population.
non-filter.
the many
Right.
butterflies that are going
Four.
extinct. It could help their population as well.
But
All
they're
in all, I
very
just think
rare.
that should be something
might
that's
not even
mandatory
have them
because
now.
it's
Right.
completely doable.
Yeah.
It's not anything that's far-fetched or crazy.
Yeah. For sure.
No, that's cool. I like that. No, what do you got for us? What do you? I guess right now we've been going on the grand scheme of things, so like
Yeah.
let's keep on that train for now.
I had
Well-
mine and then I lost it.
Well, I don't know because
He hates the earth.
yeah, fuck it. When I was in high school, every single year during Earth Day, every single class had to go outside with a black garbage bag or some type of bag, and they had to walk up and down the streets.
Yeah.
Well, just on like in the immediate area
Yeah.
picking up trash. One day, it wasn't Earth Day. I'm like, you know what? I want to pick up trash. I want to be a good person today. I got yelled at by 3 neighbors walking down the street of like, don't be in our fucking lawn. And then the school told me that you can't pick up stuff in other people's lawn when I wasn't even on their lawn yet. So I couldn't pick up any trash, any
such bullshit.
cigarette butts, sheets bags, because all up and down, I think it's Mahoning. I don't remember what the fucking street is. To the elementary school now.
Oh, I was like,
Oh yeah.
To the elementary school,
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to
Graphis.
do shit.
Isn't that like just fucking ridiculous? Like you're doing them a favor and you're getting yelled at.
Yeah.
That's so
Graphis Avenue
stupid.
Extension. I think it's what it's called.
Gravis Avenue Extension is the one that we took back into town.
Oh, okay.
Coming
Yeah,
out from
okay.
Jeff's. That could be it could be a Graphis though. I don't know.
I thought it did.
Yeah, that
Because
could be
so
part of
Graphis
Yeah.
Extension ends halfway up my parents' hill.
Okay.
But I don't know. I thought that was like elk or something.
either way, we've all lived here for a
Yeah.
long time. We have no
We don't
fucking
know the
idea.
name of the road.
Yeah, we don't know what it's called.
We're all stupid
but
as fuck.
we know where it is. But yeah, I tried doing that when I was young. I got yelled at. I got yelled at by a couple old people. And then I also was told, hey, you can't be going on people's yards to pick up trash because it's technically their property. I'm like, okay.
You're like, I was on the fucking sidewalk, chill.
Yeah. But at that point, it was kind of...
Just made you feel defeated.
Yeah, it made me feel defeated of like...
You were trying to do a good
I picked
thing.
up trash, not even on fucking Earth Day.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, no. Can't do that.
So what do you think, like, the big grand scheme of thing? What do you think people
Let
could-
people walk on everyone else's lawn to pick up trash.
Hell yeah.
lots of countries have the what's it called? Like in Europe,
Oh, it'd be kind
if you're like hiking, you can just go through whoever's property as long as you like
No privacy.
don't fuck up their stuff.
yeah, it's kind of like
it's
a conservation law, but
there's a,
or no,
a
no,
name
I'm sorry.
for it.
I know what you were talking about though,
Yeah, I can't think of... I know what you're saying.
because there's a law that like because there's this one guy who tried to walk across some country in a completely straight line, you know what I mean, and there was a certain law that allows you to do that without having to get like permission and
You
all
know,
that other
something
fun
that they
stuff.
could do how about instead of making a bunch of fucking middle schoolers go along busy roads and fucking pick up trash, how about we go back to the good old way of fucking people who are in jail?
they
Yeah, they do that.
They do that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say in Virginia,
Just not enough
Not,
places.
not
West
enough.
Virginia,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, not enough
Here
places,
in PA,
yeah.
have you ever seen prisoners picking up trash on the highway? No, most of the people,
No,
it's for
but-
community service that they do it.
right?
But go back to the fucking people who are in prison.
yeah.
Have them do it.
By the way, it's called the right to roam.
Oh,
In lots of European countries, it is perfectly acceptable walking through privately owned forest, unused meadows, and fallow fields.
And that's the problem. That would never work for here.
Yeah.
Bro, you would be shot 6 times before you ever got to the end of somewhere.
In Texas or Pennsylvania for sure.
100%.
I feel like Texas not so much.
No.
It's weird.
In certain areas.
Texas can.
I've been hearing a
can
ton
go
of stuff
in.
about Texas, and I'm not calling them softies, just in case anybody's
Well,
listening
they're
from
making.
Texas.
They are
but
their
they're
own
like,
country
Shout out
now.
to Texas.
That's what they're like.
I like your toes.
I don't know. They're just like.
What?
I
What
mean,
did you
only
say?
steers and queers.
You
come
say
from
your
Texas,
toes or toast?
Toast. Texas toast.
Toast.
The fat toast. I
Cool.
like Texas toast.
Cool.
Not
it's
their
fat.
toes.
Cool. Not funny. Boo. No, I'm just kidding.
It was not meant to be funny. It's a statement. I fucking like Texas toast.
It is good.
Sponsor us, Texas toast.
But if we could find a way to minimalize or get rid of most of these landfills of just piles and heaps of trash.
We put it
I
all
got
in a
you,
big
bud.
ball and
And
launch
push
it
it
into
somewhere
space.
Okay, for real though, but they did a study on that, right? They actually did a study. What would happen if you were to like just basically shoot it into space?
Yeah.
I'll have to send you the link. It was horrible, and I was like, "Oh no, that's way worse than trying to do that."
So is it like the satellite covering Earth in WALL-E?
pretty much,
like, just-
yeah, pretty much.
The atmosphere is full of junk.
yeah, basically, it makes Earth
got
Earth
you.
like 10,000 times worse.
Cutting
Like it's better
down-
on the ground.
We'll fix a lot.
Cutting
of your
down like the
problem.
landfill thing, one of the big things would be there are biodegradable options for damn near everything now.
Yeah.
Hemp
Make
can
these
be
fucking
literally anything.
That's what I
Like,
mean. Make these fucking companies forced to make them out of this.
Yeah.
Plastic silverware. You can get that made out of what is it?
Edible.
Barley?
edible stuff. Yeah, they use
Yeah.
that
Is
a
it
lot
barley
in,
that they do it?
India.
Or
Yeah.
compressed cornstarch.
Or
Yeah,
you could just
things
use
like that.
metal
Cornstarch.
for
That's
it.
what my toothbrush is made
Right,
out
but
of.
I mean, like, so
That's
I
one of the
understand
things I
that,
don't
but
understand.
people
What?
get disposable shit. Okay,
Yeah.
keep that same thing. People still want it. Make it biodegradable. Toothbrushes. We have biodegradable toothbrushes. It's a thing.
Yeah,
Make it mandatory.
The bamboo with the.
Yeah, we have the
Yeah.
bamboo ones.
We also have
we
cornstarch ones.
We have the cornstarch ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think
And it's-
sometimes I'm just like I agree with you, like with doing that, but my problem is like how expensive are they?
The toothbrushes?
No.
Like the
I have
edible-
bamboo
edible
toothbrush.
utensils or
Like
biodegradable.
like the
stuff.
biodegradable utensils.
We bought it's like what, a 40 pack of knives, forks, and spoons, and it was like $10.
Yeah, but that's
if
more
that-
than what people are going to want to spend. That's what I'm saying. Like the price difference.
You mean like
on
the
them.
bamboo ones?
No.
because we got disposable utensils, and it was like bamboo spoons, forks, and knives, and I think I got 100 pack for $6.
Okay.
But that's
Yeah.
the thing,
That's
though.
more reasonable.
Even if it's more expensive, don't fucking use it then. Use the metal ones.
That's
I
what
was
I'm
gonna say,
saying.
So
yeah.
make
Carry-
it
like,
so
'cause, like,
it's
I have, like, a
biodegradable.
set of
If you
just
don't want to
metal
spend the money on
stuff.
it, use your metal ones. That's
And that,
you know?
that is what's nice too. Is like if you just everybody instead of using disposable stuff, like okay, think about I'm part of this problem. So
Everyone walk around with a fork, spoon, and knife that's metal. You can only
Don't
Okay.
start
use that.
Tyler on that because
okay,
he
right,
does.
because I do. In my car, there is
In the
a
glove compartment,
utility.
in the
Yeah,
center
there's a
console,
I
in
always
his door
have, like,
pocket.
at the shop, everything. But like, I was really, really bad about always buying like disposable plates and everything, even though they do have like plastics and stuff on them as like a coating. I'm horrible with that. I'm still bad with that. That's something I would change about myself. But like, bro, we have dishes for a reason. Like, and then you don't spend money on it too. So it's also like a money thing. Like it's more of like a kind of like Cody said. Well, people don't want to spend that money, right? You only have to buy it once.
Right.
And then you could have it. I mean, people have fucking dish sets that they pass down to their
Just don't drop it.
grandchildren. Yeah,
Yeah.
just don't
Or
drop
if you
it.
drop
or-
it, buy a
Well,
fucking plastic
That's the
one.
thing. I was gonna say a
Yeah,
lot of
or-
our
yeah.
our plates and shit like that. We have they're recycled plastic plates.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you what it comes down
Do
to
that.
most
You
of the
break
time.
your plastic plate.
with all of
There's
this
a building
stuff,
you can drop it off
I
at. They're
know
gonna
what
make
you're
it into a
saying.
new
the
plate.
fucking
Yeah.
fake ritzy bullshit.
yep.
You don't need to be fucking fake fancy. Nobody cares. Just buy some shit that's
Yep.
going to last.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't, like...
Well,
I hate
It
when
also
people
comes
do
down
that.
to laziness as
What
well.
was that?
I got the shivers. I know it looked like I had a fucking seizure or something.
Every day it freaks me the fuck out. He'll look at me and just be like, and I'm just like, are you anamorphing? Like, fuck you.
So like one thing that's really bad is like Coach, Prada, Gucci, all these expensive rich people brands aren't actually for rich people. All the super rich people have all of their shit custom made. They have their own designers, their own tailors, all that sort of shit. Those brands are designed just for people to look rich. They buy those things to look rich. But those brands, if it's out of season, out of style, didn't sell, whatever, they cut it, mark it, they destroy it, and then throw it in the dumpster. That way, the poor can't get their hands on it.
Yeah.
And they'll literally just fucking trash it, send it all to the landfill, so that the poor can't look rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another big contribution to, like, the fucking landfills, too.
That's one of my biggest things. I fucking hate fashion. I hate fashion to the very core. I will never do anything but wear what?
You
Tyler-
literally own a merch company, and you hate fashion?
He doesn't
Because
like...
it's not okay.
Here's what...
Like Kardashian fashion.
What you mean is fast fashion.
Yeah.
Fast fashion
That's-
are those brands that do that shit.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
the places that will
I just
like,
thought it was.
mass produce.
I just thought it was funny.
Same bullshit that all ends up in
You're like-
landfills.
Like Shein and
yes,
Temu.
Shein
and-
and
Do you want to buy my
Romley
new?
are
Do you want to buy
fast
my new
fashion.
shirt?
Yeah, but you're never gonna see a Killer Mimic design on a fucking runway that A,
I'm gonna
But
do
what if
everything
the
in
girl
my
walks
power.
down-
I was gonna say we're gonna make that.
they're just like
happen.
modeling this thing, and I'm like, I don't care how you walk, you look fucking dumb. Like, you look dumb. And anybody who agrees with you wearing a trash bag, fucking, and saying that's fashion,
Cody wants
they are
everybody in
also
an oversized
fucking dumb.
T-shirt and sweatpants.
Well, that's like fucking
It's
Kanye
hot,
West
though.
with
Like,
his
fucking
Yeezy
girls need to wear
brand.
that shit more
He
often.
literally
Get rid of
got
bras.
a deal
Fuck 'em, you
with
don't
the
need 'em.
Gap. And
those
the whole
titties
thing
hang.
was, here's a big ol' fucking trash bag, dig through it to find your shit.
Yeah, like,
Like, what the fuck was that? He
I don't
wouldn't let
know.
them put it on shelves. It was you had to dig through a trash bag because that was his brand. He wanted homeless to be his style, so he put a trash bag full of clothes there and made people dig through it to give them the homeless feel.
yeah.
All right, let's get back on track.
Yeah. Garbage
I
people.
guess I was, the other
Garbage
thing,
bag.
you said fast fashion, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I was going to say was more like mainstream fashion. Like you said, like those bigger companies. Like,
Yeah.
I'll buy, shirts from, what's that small clothing brand that you like?
Oh, Walmart.
That Born Scum? No, that's even worse. That's worse. That's twice as bad as what you fucking... All right, Five Below. Sounds good. But I would
Shout out
buy,
to Five
like,
Below,
that
sponsors.
Born Scum shit and, like, whatever. Like, fucking one of the shirts here at the shop or whatever. But I don't want to, like, go out and buy fucking... What the
Yeah,
hell are those shirts?
there's a Lululemon. I
Henley?
fucking hate. It's just, I despise it.
Like a Henley.
It's like a big thing
Those are
for
nice
the
Oh,
t-shirts.
there's fucking Woolies is kind of a cool.
Woolies.
Yeah, they make like all natural like wool like full wool T-shirts and stuff
Yeah.
that are like really nice and like everything is like 100% reusable. They don't put tags in their stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Nice.
they always get shipped in like a paper envelope and
Edible underwear is a thing. Just make all clothes edible.
Just don't wear underwear.
Then after a day, you
You
just
have
eat
to wear
it.
underwear. It feels weird.
Yeah, but that's just because you feel weird. It's because you are
No,
weird.
no.
Chris,
Okay, here's
wrong.
the thing.
I don't
You
want
might
to
be
be
able
butt
to-
ass naked under these shorts.
You might be able to go commando
You already
in
are.
your pants and
No.
be fine.
Your butt ass
If women
naked
go
under your pants.
commando,
Wrong.
if
Listen.
women go commando in jeans, there is a seam that runs along the jeans. Your coochie lips will get pinched in that seam, and it is the worst thing ever. It is so bad.
Redesign the
it
jeans.
sucks.
And the chafing.
Okay, you redesign me jeans that my coochie lips don't get pinched in.
I
I'll
ain't
go
a fashion
commando.
designer.
The chafing on the clit is what I'm talking about. I
called
cannot.
spandex, bro.
No.
What's
Can't.
that?
spandex.
No.
I'm not.
What's the clit?
What's the
Where is that? All right, I'm done with
I
this
love
argument.
that. Spandex? No, the clit? Yeah, that.
yeah,
Sorry, Hope.
Man.
Okay, so
No, I'm totally with you on that. Like in leggings, I could go commando.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. It's soft on my little coochie lips. Not jeans.
Yeah.
Never jeans. You will never catch me fucking
This
raw
was never
donging
a
in a
problem
pair
for
of
a
jeans.
long ass time. So women did it for years. I don't know what happened.
They added a fucking seam where our coochie lips go. That's what happened.
no,
They
women
had to make us wear pants.
I was gonna say women wanted to wear pants like men.
Yeah, they wanted
I
to
didn't
put the
want
big
to.
boy pants on, and now they're like, damn it!
All I'm saying, dude, is women have it the best, right? You put on a dress, you put on one article of clothing, and boom, you look sometimes fashionable, sometimes comfy. It's fucking, it makes sense, right?
The
You
thing
are
is,
saying
too-
that,
all your
you are
fucking
saying
genitals.
that as a man
Yeah.
who literally just wears a t-shirt and pants every day.
Okay,
Yeah.
but if I could take that one step down and I can put on one thing, I
You
would fucking
can.
do
What's
it.
stopping you?
Yeah.
Let's get one.
Mainstream
Exactly.
society.
Hey, let's get one.
I forget what they're
I don't give a
called,
shit.
but like
Oh, yeah, I do
the
fucking
Middle
love
Eastern
ones,
men.
bro.
Fuck society.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
give a
just
shit.
like a
I'm done
fucking-
with
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Yam dress.
like
I don't know what they're called.
Like
I don't
Arabic
know either.
people
Yeah.
wear like
Yeah.
I know,
It's like long
like
sleeves
It's
and
like
it
a long
like
sleeve.
Let's
women
just
wear like
togas.
saris and shit,
Yes,
but I
What
don't
are
know
we
what it's called
fucking
for men.
doing?
I don't want my titty to hang out.
Huh?
I don't want my titty to
You
hang out.
complain that
You
you, have
can-
to wear clothes every single goddamn day.
I don't
and
care
you're
about my-
complaining now
listen,
that a
listen.
titty
I-
comes flopping out.
I'm self-conscious from the waist up, not from the waist down.
He's an idiot. He sent me a picture the other day and scribbled his face out, and I was like, "Why?" He's like, "I was looking pretty fat," and I just literally responded, "You're a moron," and then I just didn't respond back to him.
I do. I have really bad, like, I'm super self-conscious about the way that I look all the time. And one of them is my face, and then the other one is, like, my torso area. My dick, I'm proud of. My ass, it's small, but that's cute. And, like, it's fine.
Oh no, sorry. My response, I was like, I said, "Nice. Why the hell did you scratch your face out, LOL? And how fucked up is Holly right now?" And then you just ignored that
I
second
wasn't.
question, and instead you said,
She wasn't
"'Cause
bad.
I look fat in that pic." And I just said, "You dumb as fuck." And then that was the last message I had.
Very proud of myself. I didn't get fucked up at that
No, I
wedding.
figured not.
Yeah.
Because
She was fine.
You didn't respond.
I did, although their most confusing fucking little alcohol bar ever, because they have a sign above the little drink table that says alcohol. They have two pitchers, one with sweet and unsweet tea. Is it alcoholic? Don't know. There's then two of the big containers like you put my raspberry tea in.
Yeah.
One of it is full of fruit. And I'm like, that's probably a sangria. The other one, clear liquid with cucumbers and lemon in it.
It's like a
Cucumber
mint
lemon
julep.
water.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I get that. Nope, it's vodka. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Did
Okay.
rock her a little bit.
And
Wow.
then his niece wanted tea. And I'm like, I don't know if it's alcoholic or not. So I fucking pour a glass and drink it. And I'm like, doesn't taste like alcohol. If I get his niece fucked up, that's on me. But like, his niece is also almost 16, I would just like to say. It's not like a 4-year-old niece.
Yeah, real quick. No, you might have to cut this out. What did you say to fuck with her? About my mom?
So I just said like exactly what you said about how I was like, wow, do you really like getting these like whatever coffees?
Salted
But-
caramel.
Yeah, whatever.
coffees.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh, but then they always forget to leave the ice out. And she goes, what? She was petrified. She's like, wait, how do you know that?
And then she started listening. She's like, was it the kid Josh, the one who's always behind me in the lunch line? And we're like, how the fuck would we know a child who goes to your school? No.
And then she's like, the lunch lady? And she's like, oh, it was my teacher. And I was like, why the fuck does your teacher know that? And she goes, well, you always ask me what I'm drinking. And I'm like, no. And then she's like, I was like, I just know things. And she goes,
I just know things.
What? And then she was like, she freaked the hell out. It was so funny.
I figured. I'll have to let my mom know.
Yeah.
She'll find it very funny,
Yeah,
and then
she-
she'll pick on her
She
whenever
thought
she
it was
comes
hilarious.
in. Didn't even know. I mentioned, I was talking about the wedding, and because my dad is, and he was like, he's like, I thought you'd be going to that wedding. Why'd they go get married and you didn't go with it? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what even remotely close to what I just said makes sense in your head to conclude that? And he's like, well, you said they were going to a wedding. A wedding, not their fucking wedding. Like,
Oh, we thought like
please
we were
cut that
getting
out.
married. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and I'm like,
okay. Gotcha.
he just like jumps to never mind.
All right.
I love my dad to death, but he's like.
Tell me how you really feel.
I threatened to put Jeff in a home today, so he made a joke. He was like, I'm taking the kids back home, and Vern, our friend, said something about like, yeah, you gotta lock them back up, and he's like, I'm gonna put him in the cage and lock him up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put you in an old folks home and lock you up. Like,
And I'm just like, so he said that, and that's what my mom. I mentioned. I was like, his brother. I'm like, it's really funny. I'm like, his name is actually Ronald Reagan, and then I was like, yeah, said something about his niece, and she's like, did she go to Brookville? I'm like, I don't think so. I'm like,
Yeah.
he lives in Punxsy.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, that's weird because there's a girl that's Lily Reagan that and I'm pretty sure she said her dad's name was Ronald, like the president, like.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. I was like, hold on one sec, and that's when I texted you, and you were like, what? Yes.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that's weird.
holy shit! I was
Yeah.
like, my mom knows her.
yeah, because that's where Lily's mom lives.
Yeah, because the whole thing was my mom fucks up her order every time. She always gets the coffee, no ice, and my mom goes, shit, and then immediately sets it to the side and makes a new one.
Do you know why she gets no ice?
Why?
Because then she gets more coffee. So she has taught
Yeah,
all of the
that's
other
what I do.
kids
I
how to
do
get
that
an
ever.
iced coffee with more coffee. And Tyler's like, you realize that is no longer an iced coffee.
It's
That's
just
just
a fucking
warm coffee.
Yeah, it's just a warm
Yeah,
coffee.
he's like,
That's
that's
what I
just
said.
warm
I'm like,
coffee.
you're just getting
and
a-
she's like, no, it's still an iced coffee. It's just kind of warm. And he's like, yeah, it's no longer iced coffee. She's like, oh. Very. Not a little. Very.
She has my brother's genetics. I can't help it.
Yeah.
Um,
I think a little bit of yours bleeds in that too, just so you know.
My favorite thing, Lily will constantly, she kept doing it at the wedding, bring up how Tyler broke her arm and ribs one of the times he was
I did
babysitting
not.
her.
She was jumping on a trampoline and she jumped up against the fucking netting and it split open and she fell out and broke her arm.
But she keeps saying he broke
that
her
was your
ribs
fault.
too.
Yeah, it was like my fault, and I kept telling her, I'm like, Lily, don't jump on the fucking netting.
Do you know what
and then
Lily
she
tells
just
people?
Uh-huh.
She says that Tyler was on the trampoline with her and bounced her over the netting, and that's how she broke her arm and ribs. She never
always-
broke her ribs, but she adds that in that she broke her arm
And all she was doing
ribs.
is she would jump and bounce into the net and then bounce back. I'm like, don't do that. Well, she did it, and the zipper was on one of them.
Yeah.
And when she bounced into it, her weight, just the zipper let loose, and she fucking fell out and broke her arm. I'm like, well, that's what you get.
Dumb. All right.
Anyways, back on topic.
Speaking of weddings,
We
Would
skipping
you-
my answer?
go ahead, Cody.
Oh yeah.
Are we
Do you
skipping
have
my
an
answer?
now?
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Cody.
also haven't answered either.
So
Go ahead, you two. Then I'll talk about the wedding this weekend.
I'm gonna
My
go.
wedding. Not my wedding. My. Go ahead, Cody.
We would shun you if you had a wedding without us.
Oh yeah, I
just
know.
so you know.
So
I wouldn't be here anymore.
I'm gonna go the way they do it in Germany. They used to do it here, but I think one thing that would help with the landfill issue and
where I
with
thought you were
like
going with
reusable stuff. So I know at least at the time whenever I was studying German and stuff, I'm not sure now, but they did the thing where you still got like you could pick up like glass soda bottles and stuff like that, and then you could turn them in for like a credit.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
yeah,
get
yeah.
and like you know the way they used
Bring
to do
back
like
the
old fashioned
milkman.
milkman.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
old,
Yeah.
yeah.
Give Noah a fucking address book.
And give some milk to a fat guy.
I gotta say, that is one thing that I'm sad that they don't do, is the whole milkman thing.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know why,
Who the
but
fuck
like,
are women gonna cheat on
that's
their
what I
husbands
mean.
with?
That's what
That's
I
true.
mean.
I mean, well, that's because maybe that's what happened. It's like
Yeah.
the genetics in the town were getting a little, too Noah-ish.
Noah-ish.
No, I just think
And then
that's
it
something that's like
breeds
so cool.
Rossiter.
I don't know why, but like the milkman drops off your milk every morning.
That's what
Yeah.
happened to Rossiter.
It is. It's just so
There was
much inbreeding over time.
Too many milkmen episodes.
Too many, Yankees that wanted to wave the Confederate flag and protect their heritage. They just were like,
You're like, hello.
Tyler, what's your answer?
So, I think in the grand scheme of things, I definitely think that like plastics should at some point just be like either replaced with something biodegradable or like illegal.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm being like, what's the word, radical about it, I guess. Because I think that's like literally our biggest issue. If everything was biodegradable, there would be no trash at all. You know what I mean? Like, you know, metal rusts, glass shatters, like, you know, those things go back to a normal state. Plastic never does. Like,
It just gets smaller and smaller
yeah.
and smaller.
So I would say either make it completely illegal or find a way to, you know, make things biodegradable, that sort of thing. I would also go like as far as like I feel like there's a lot of issues where like it's like a consumer thing. Like people just buy shit to buy shit. You know what I mean? So that's also where we end up with a lot of dude, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
do the same shit.
Everyone here raised their hand.
Yeah,
There's no fucking
we all
way.
just buy shit to buy shit, but
You
that's
have a
just
fucking
normal
purse
day.
collection, Holly. Raise
Everything.
your goddamn
We're
hand.
better at it than we used to be, though.
Yeah, and
Like,
I would
for
say that
sure.
we're also better at it. But I think that's like another big thing where a lot of trash leads to is like we just buy so much shit because it's so easily available to us that we just buy it.
Yeah.
And we have, I feel like, I always looked at it as like an individual problem, but I'm pretty sure it's just everybody. I don't care how good you are with money. At some point, you have some degree of impulse control issues.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody has that issue. I feel like that's something that would never change because that's literally how like humanity survives is like basically on our impulse control.
Well, I
Like,
think
that's
it's
how
also.
everybody makes money.
I think we should
You know what
also
I mean?
make it very clear that that's how America survives.
That's true.
There's
Yeah,
not
that's true.
very many other
Yeah,
places that
that's very true.
do that.
Consumerism is
Yeah.
like the main point.
Yeah. And that's literally how like anybody around anywhere makes a living is
Yeah.
by buying and selling shit.
Yep.
The
You
number
know?
one clearest thing, our foods are jam-packed to be more filling, even though they're not healthier,
Yep.
Less nutrition.
less nutritious, everything, and our portion sizes are so fucking huge compared to other countries.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I agree with you. And then I think on the like the small change of things, like, I mean I do it already, but it was a money thing too. Like, at one point I realized I was spending upwards of $70 buying bottled water a week. And I literally just went and bought a $20 Brita filter and a glass water bottle.
Yeah.
I've saved literally like a couple $100 a month, and I've never put a plastic bottle in a garbage bag. And that was like easy. And I think there's a lot of ways it's like people like look at it like not only like, okay, so you say you don't give a shit about saving the planet or, you know, let sea turtles die, whatever high horse you want to ride on, like, but you can literally save money by doing stuff, right? So like, granted, like me, I always buy disposable plates and cups and bowls and shit like that. If I literally just use this plates and bowls and cups that I already have, I wouldn't have to spend that money, and it wouldn't go in a trash.
Yeah.
It would
and you're
I
just
wash it
using
off.
a little bit of water.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Clean it.
And
Yeah.
it's like, why am I not doing that?
and
you know,
even to meet in the middle.
I think it's
okay?
because I think honestly, it's laziness.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like it, you know, like me filling up my water bottle. Yeah, it takes me like all of 10 seconds because I'm pouring it in a bottle. But like before, I could just grab a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, or like before, like my plate's dirty, I just pitch it in the trash. Oh, now I got to take it. Now I got to wash it off.
And-
I think it's because in the United States we breed laziness.
Yeah.
You know, whether
we breed laziness and disguise it as convenience.
yes,
I believe.
yes, that's
Because
what
my
I-
thing is like, really, how convenient is it?
yeah,
Like,
no, it-
like you said, 10 seconds.
Yep.
I bought that big ass, my fucking sippy cup you guys make fun of me for. I bought that big fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I fill it up one time a day.
Yeah.
And I drink that whole thing throughout a day.
which is
I
crazy.
saved 6, 7, 8. So at least 8 water bottles, 16-ounce water bottles
Yeah, exactly.
per day if I would have done that. And, like, that's one of the big things. Like, I will say I think, like, the plastic water bottles isn't really, like, a laziness thing for, like, a lot of people. Like, I think that's more of, like, actual convenience because, like, if they don't like the taste of the water or whatever, like, I get that. But like you said, there's, like, ways around it. But
yeah, you can get like a filter. Like if you don't like the taste of your water, like that's my thing. It's like I don't like the taste of our water, right?
Yeah.
So you put it in a Brita filter and it tastes like nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna play a little bit. I don't really want to call it devil's advocate, but like my thing is like I feel like I know the correct answer to this, and I've argued this for a long time. When would you like to see this happen? Let's say today they were like, Tyler, you're in charge. When are plastics going to be illegal?
Well, to be honest, I don't think it would be that hard. Like think about it in a timeline, right?
Okay.
Plastics weren't really invented that long ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In the 1800s, nothing was plastic.
Yeah.
Everything came in a can, a jar, a ceramic, glass.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
1907 is when plastics became a thing, basically.
So that's what I'm saying. For less, like, well, I mean, so a little over 100 years we've been using plastics. And it's already filled up how many dump sites, how many, like, it cannot be that hard
The
to
Great
reverse
Pacific
that.
Garbage
See,
Patch. Like,
Yeah. So less than
Bigger
100
than
years, we
Texas.
have literally devastated our planet and fully compacted it with plastics
yeah.
for no fucking reason because less than 100 years ago, we completely survived without it.
Yeah.
We had canned food just like we do now. We had, like, you know, bottled everything. Everything came in a bottle. What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
So the only thing I'm going to say, the reason I think... So, like, whenever I think about this stuff, like, I go, like, super in-depth with it. I think that it would probably take a minimum of about 30 to 50 years to start getting plastic out of here. The only reason I say that is because, okay, that's fine, but, like, with the technology the way it is now, like, plastic hoses for, like, high-pressure lines and stuff like that. My thing is you have to realize you're either going to crash the entire economy just by being like, stop all production of plastic, we're done, like, whatever, okay, mass shutdown. It's going to be, like, it's there's no possible way. It's the same reason why I have nothing against electric cars. The way that the Biden administration tried to do the electric car thing where they push for the electric cars really hard, that's fucking stupid. They should not be in charge of anything for a president that relates to something that is a process that's going to take more than the 4-year term that you have.
Right.
Because my thing is I realize that, like, with the trickle-down effect...
No idea where
It's like, it was easy to bring in plastic because it got more jobs, it got, like,
Right.
you know, it made things easier to produce, cheaper to produce, easier to mass produce and stuff, and that's why it ramped up so hard. Now, if you're going to remove all of that, now it's like, okay, how are we going to keep up with the production of what we need to do, but now do it with a completely different resource like metal or stainless steel or whatever?
Yeah.
That's the only reason I think it would take so long, because I think just like the first 10 years would be alone just like figuring out how to do it.
I'm not saying that it would be like, it's just the fact that we would even try.
No, that's what I mean.
You know what I mean? It's
like,
not like oh, like tomorrow there's absolutely no plastic. I'm just saying,
No,
like,
yeah.
hey, put this in the works that this is the goal we're reaching. Like, whatever we have to take to get it there, it could take 200 years. But is the rate that we're going now, we're literally going to be living on garbage.
Right.
Like, You know what I mean? Like, fuck, our fucking middle school was built on the town dump. That's why half of it sunk when they first built it, because the ground had nothing under it other than trash.
Yeah.
And they had to rebuild the whole fucking thing. It was like a fucking $2 million process.
Yeah.
To rebuild it, because we built it on top of unstable soil because it was covered in junk.
My biggest thing with the whole thing is that obviously none of us are qualified to answer this question 100%, but like the problem is that the people that are qualified to figure out how much time we would need, the planning process, how to support the economy and the people so that it's not like, hey, we're going to be good now, like we're going to stop using plastic and shit, but guess what? All of your parents don't have jobs anymore.
Right.
Like, you know, like, oh, you got to do this? Well, it looks like you got to replace everything. You know what I mean? So, like, that's where it's like, I always tell Krista I hate playing this side of it because, like, I want all of this stuff that we talk about to happen more than anything. But I also know that, like, I just think of, like, the little stuff that it can affect.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I mean, like you said, like, and it's completely hypothetical to the point where, like you said, where it's like, I'm saying if everybody is just like, you know what, fuck it. Like, on another podcast I listen to, they always say, the only way that everybody on Earth is going to come together is if an alien race comes down and says, we're going to fucking kill you all.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all of a sudden, all of Earth's problems, not a problem anymore. Like,
I think that's what's going to end up happening. We're literally going to be in a world suffocated by our own trash, and
We're already there, though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's just
Well,
people
we're-
are too greedy and blind to be like, hey, we need to do
Right.
something about this before it's absolutely irreversible.
But see, that's like, I think where I see, like, this is kind of like where Cody and I differ a little bit. So Cody looks at like the little things, you know, like like you said, like the trickle down effect, right? I'm so far against humanity in general that if thousands of people lost their jobs and if large fucking companies crashed and the stock market tanked, I would give 2 fucks less, dude. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
would not give a fuck. Because there are ways that you can live on this earth and survive with very little money, and you can live a great life doing it. I mean, I do it every day.
see, I'm going to throw this out
Like-
there. So, my thing is, you know how people freak out about, like, they always say about gun control and shit like that, where it's like, you know, whatever. So, this is going to sound very conspiracy theory.
I say give everyone a gun,
heads up.
even the dogs.
Even the dogs. Strap it to their collar.
We ain't giving Ruckus a gun.
But,
Can you imagine?
You shoot Holly first. Out of excitement.
yeah. It would be, so, like, how do I want to say this? My thing is that the issue is that as soon as anything falls, you know that the government's just going to become basically a tyranny. Like my thing
Right.
is like, without the stability of what we have right now, like, it's already crumbling a little bit. Like,
Right.
I don't care what anybody says, this country is not great anymore.
Well,
What?
they say kingdoms only last 80 years, so.
Yeah, but I don't know.
That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If there had to be an end to the world, let it happen. We need a cleansing. Just saying.
Yeah. I would like to
humanity
live-
needs their ass kicked one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I would love to live through that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But it's like I know I can only do so much, and I know even if we get a group of our friends together, if it's something where they just come through and they're just like, hey, you guys want to live off this shit? Hey, guess what? You're basically going to be like industrial slaves now. And you're like, no, fuck you. Okay, next person. Let's go. Like,
yeah.
I feel like we would see a dystopian so quickly that, like, all these, like, grand ideas that we have about, like, living simplistic and stuff like that, it all comes down to that I feel that, like, whatever powers we have now, whatever they would shift into, would not allow that for anybody.
Right.
And the thing is like, you can go where you want to go. You're not going to hide. Like, nobody's 100% going to hide. You know what I mean?
Right, but I'm just saying, like, there has to be a shift at one point.
No, and that's
You know
what I
what I
mean.
mean?
I agree
There-
the shift. I just don't want it to be as drastic as what you're saying. That's all.
Well, I'm just saying, you said, though, that originally that, like, if I had the power specifically...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, you were saying about, like, well, the government would step in and do whatever. But if I was the one in control of it...
I see what you mean. Yeah.
That's, you know, this is my prerogative. This is what I'm doing if I'm in control of it, right? So, like, yeah, let the world burn for a hot minute. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
I mean, we got pretty close to it with, honestly, at the beginning of COVID. I thought it was going to be way worse for here. Because, like, I mean, you look at, what was it, Italy? Was that where they were, like, living in the houses with the dead bodies and stuff?
It's because Italy is a culture where multi-generations live in the same house.
In a singular house.
You have
And there was,
4
like-
generations,
Yep.
great-grandparents down to great-great-grandkids. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, and they live forever.
yeah, their
But
culture's way
it's
better.
just,
than
yeah. That's what I mean. That's like,
My thing is if other countries can do it and have already been doing it, because for one, all they just did is they just didn't fall into it.
the
Think
thing
about
is,
it. If we've
they
only been doing it
also-
for 100 years,
They also didn't get educated out of it.
yeah, exactly. They stuck
We
to
got
traditions.
educated out of it.
Well, think about it. We as a country don't really have traditions. We're a mix mash of everybody and everything. So we kind of came here. Think about it though. Like
yeah, we're like mutts. That's
We're-
what I was trying to think
yeah,
of.
like,
yeah.
and the thing is when we came over here, we didn't have laws and regulations. We were basically just children that had free reign going around just murdering people and being like,
This is
"Haha,
my sandbox now."
This is my sandbox now. Exactly.
Hey, don't worry.
And-
Christopher
and-
Columbus was a good dude.
You
Come
know,
on.
But I'm just saying, like, and we just slaughtered all the people, and we were just kids.
Diseased.
Yeah,
they
and
gave,
we
gave
were-
them diseases.
And we were just kids that got to make up our own rules. So
Yeah.
no wonder fucking America sucks. Like, you know what I mean? All these other countries who have had traditions based on things going back sometimes thousands of years, no wonder their shit's put together. No wonder we suck.
Yeah. I think
Yep.
I think what it comes down to, my point with what I was saying earlier, the only way that I would be able to agree with everything burning, like just like you said, burn for a hot minute and let it just fall apart for a little bit. The only way I would be like, hell yeah, is if there was a way we could guarantee that the fucking, like, any type of powers in, like, the federal government and stuff would stay the fuck out. Like,
Right.
at that point, if it burns down, it becomes, like, kind of more old-fashioned. Let the states'
Yep.
governments take care of their shit. You guys stay the fuck out.
Yep.
The federal government is garbage. Like, and you know that they're going to come in and they're going to ruin whatever we could
Yeah.
possibly salvage out of that. Not even salvage, but prosper from that.
Have
Yeah.
you ever watched the TV show called Revolution? It's fantastic. If you ever guys get a chance to watch it, it's amazing. Basically, what happens is that in the United States and all over the world, there's these radicals that end up putting off these massive EMPs, and it shuts down the entire electrical system on the entire world. There's no lights anymore. All the cars have fried. Anything that's electrical. So we all basically go back to like the 1800s, and it's an amazing fucking show. And the more I watched it, I was like, why is this not? Why do we not do this? I don't understand.
Right.
It made so much sense. Everybody was like trading vegetables and fruits, and everybody like had their own shit, and like it didn't matter whether we had electricity or not. And I was like, guys, why the fuck did we do this to ourselves?
Yeah.
You know, and there was so many people, exactly, money, but everybody, like, even after it happened, there was so many groups that, like, when they eventually, spoiler alert, they find a way to turn the power back on, and there was so many groups that are like, don't turn it back on. We don't want this. Like, we like it like this,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, leave it alone.
That's the thing, though. People now are so obsessed with like bigger and better technology and shit like that. And like, one of the things I absolutely hate is kids are obsessed with technology too. Like,
That's true.
there was a fucking 5-year-old at my preschool who had the newest iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck does a 5-year-old need a phone for, period? Like, that is not something that they need.
If you wanted to have an emergency, want them to have an emergency phone where they can go and dial somebody if they're like unsafe or something like that, they have fucking flip phones.
But here's
still.
the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Why does your 5-year-old need a phone for emergencies like that?
Well,
A
like,
5-year-old should
I don't
never
know.
be alone to that extent. You know
It's
what
a
I mean?
Distraction from parenting.
Exactly. That 5-year-old literally went from home to the preschool, back home.
yeah.
They weren't in a big public school or anything like that. They were in our small preschool.
I'm gonna say- Like my
Well, like,
give them life alert.
I
my
didn't
biggest
get-
thing is
Emergency,
I have
click
no
your button.
benchmark for ages. I fucking do not like kids. So like, I literally like, you say 5 years old, and I'm like, they're probably able to like ride bikes at that point, or like go out and be with friends. I don't know. I grew up in the middle of the woods, so like,
Cody never rode a bike before. It's fine.
no, fuck you.
Well,
No,
so
like
I
I could go
didn't-
out and do whatever I wanted anytime because I'm in the middle.
Doesn't
I didn't get my
doesn't somebody in this
first...
friend group not know how to ride a bike?
I don't know. Maybe.
Marissa.
Oh,
what you're thinking.
that's right. Yeah, sorry, Holly's. Yeah, sorry.
I got my first phone when I was like 8 or 9, and my first phone was a flip phone, and I could call 2 numbers, my mother and 911. That was it. And the only reason I got that was because me and my brother would walk 2 blocks away and go to the local park. So I had a flip phone that could call 2 numbers, and that was it. I didn't have friends that I could text and call my friends all day. No, I could only call my mother and 911. That was it.
That's why I think I got my first phone at 14 when I got my job at the farm, because I remember I got like it was AT&T, but it worked the way that the what's that company where you buy the minutes? Track phone.
I was gonna say a track phone.
Yeah, it was like track phone style. Like I would buy like so many minutes and stuff. And my cousin was always like, "Yo, just get the data and stuff." And I'm like, "No, that's so
That's the
stupid."
thing, though, even
I'm
at
like, why
14, even at 14, that makes sense. You know,
Yeah.
you're going more places and stuff like that.
You're
but
going
like,
to like friends'
a
houses.
5-year-old does not need that. I'm not saying like, yes, it is great that the 5-year-old knows how to get into the phone and do stuff like that, because if there is an emergency, they can get into the smartphone, they can call 911. That's great. I had a 5-year-old who would watch TikToks and come in and talk about all these fucking TikToks that are not appropriate for a 5-year-old. But mom didn't care. It was, here's the phone. Don't give a
Right.
shit what you do. And that's the thing. Like, people are so obsessed with, like, the bigger and better technology that it's never going to change. It's always going to be the next best thing. It's going to be the newest iPhone,
They're
the biggest
always-
iPhone, the biggest TV, the newest.
They're always trying
all
to
that shit.
update or upgrade everything.
Exactly.
Shout out to Pokemon Go, who fucked up our avatars, which mine was
I know
perfectly
mine
fine.
looks like a child.
Yes.
I feel
Why
like
do
a
we?
pedophile playing this game.
Thank you. Why the fuck do
It's
we all
creepy.
look 5 years old?
I don't know.
It's fucking stupid. Pokemon Go, you did us a disservice. And, I
And
almost
guess
quit over
what?
That shit.
This is the most popular update they've ever had.
I'm pissed. I
I
fucking
don't
hate
understand.
You know what I really like is when you go to catch a Pokemon and now, like, the background, like, there's more trees and the grass. That looks really cool
It's-
when you're catching a
what's
Pokemon.
it
Like,
called?
it sways and shit.
It more
Yeah.
interactive? Is
Yeah.
it? No, not
Aesthetic.
interactive.
it. Oh, immersive.
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 That's
Yeah,
what I
like,
was thinking.
that looks really cool when you're catching a Pokemon. But after I fucking fight Team Rocket, I don't want to be standing there.
yeah, like
a fucking
the
goblin.
proportions are all off.
Team
Team
Rocket.
Rocket,
If you
like-
fight in a battle, look at how your avatar stands.
You stand like this.
You raise
like
up
you're
your arms and your
fucking-
shoulders and you're... like a fucking goblin.
What the fuck?
It's so stupid. I
just fought somebody earlier and I didn't see that at all.
You know, when
Fuck off,
you
Pokemon
win
Go.
and it's like at the end, it looks so fucked up.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
So Noah, how was your marriage this weekend?
Let's talk about Noah's wedding
So
that he was in.
I am not going to say names, but I am not a fan of rich weddings.
Okay, that's fair to say.
Fucking Amber and Clint.
Like bougie rich.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know their names. I was just calling out random names.
So out in the middle of almost nowhere, very big open land. There's a lake that has a fountain spewing up that changes colors during the night. There's a nice, beautiful farm next to it. There's a inside reception area that's perfect. That looks like a remodeled barn as well.
Oh, like one of the modern barns.
Yeah.
Barn dominium.
So the actual wedding part was nice. It was very sweet. They didn't want any phones, which is like, hey, nice. We're here.
Yeah.
We're watching you. You're doing a great job. Everyone was actually pretty good with not being on their phones during the actual wedding.
Okay,
That's awesome.
But I completely forgot
that you put your
that
phone
this was a
out?
Christian wedding. That this was a Christian family.
That shouldn't
Okay.
be big of a deal. Okay.
Yeah, it's once again still wasn't a big deal. The priest, the actual wedding part was fine. It was good.
Yeah.
Sweet,
ceremony, yeah.
perfect, good. Mwah, great.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Fucking fantastic.
The
Reception.
no the groom did a fucking twirl and dipped her and kissed her. Like that was pretty nice.
Oh,
That was a
damn.
big fucking.
saucy.
Cody did that with me.
That was a good
It
thing.
was nice.
I did do that. I almost dropped you.
Yeah.
And then my
Noah was there taking notes.
Yeah.
no, and then my girlfriend looked at
Well,
me.
she was a
and
lot
was like,
skinnier at that point, too. No, I'm just kidding.
So, reception, they tell us they got to do a bunch of pictures. Like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. They got to do a mental fuck ton of pictures. Stay outside. There's an open bar. We'll be inside within an hour. I didn't know anyone at this place. The thing we had to wear was like, everything nice. Jackets are preferred, but not mandatory. I didn't have a jacket at the time.
Yeah.
I don't have jackets. So I'm like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Mm-hmm. I go there. Every single person is dressed to the goddamn fucking T's because everyone is rich in this fucking place.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm the only one that is wearing just a long sleeve, nice button up. Like, I look at it, fucking please.
Fuck it.
I know.
Aw,
At
yeah.
this point, I just didn't care because I didn't talk to anyone.
You don't know anybody.
I don't know
Yeah.
anyone. I'm never going to see any of them again other than like the main family that got married.
Never gonna see
Yeah.
Hope ever again.
And we were waiting outside. The wedding part got done at 5:30. It started at 5. Reception said it was supposed to start at 6:30. We didn't get in there until almost 7:30.
Oh, my.
And we all had to stand outside before we can go into this barn
Yeah.
inside. So, wind's blowing. It's getting dark. Everyone's fucking cold. They finally open up these doors. Everyone goes in, find their seats. One of my girlfriend's cousins. So when you think of wedding, you think of like, oh, bright colors, wear like something really nice. Don't wear black, don't wear white.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah. That's like,
Yeah, it depends on the
Relative-
dress
Rule of
code.
thumb.
Relatively.
I was gonna say depends on the
Yeah,
dress
for
code.
I-
losers.
This
for
is
losers.
a rich family.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like, well, obviously girls shouldn't wear white. That's
Yeah.
always like a fashion faux
Yeah.
pas sort of dealio.
Yeah.
That's kind of just like disrespectful.
That's just
to the
straight
bride.
disrespect
Yeah.
to the bride.
My mom wore
you're
a white
also
dress
apparently-
on my brother when my brother got married.
You're also apparently not supposed to wear bright red as a woman.
yeah, because it takes the attention
It takes the attention away, but there's also another meaning that, like, apparently it means you fucked the groom at one point. It's kind of like that whole, like, the easy A thing. Like, that whole thing, it's
Oh,
it's
shit.
got that meaning to it as well, but
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So the little cousin, decided to wear a almost skin tight black dress with a white cardigan,
Okay.
wearing Nike shoes and Nike socks that went up to her kneecaps.
Fashionable. That's great.
That's
What?
Yeah, no.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm trying to picture what the fuck this looks
I
like.
thought you were being
but-
serious
No,
when you said
that was
fashionable. I was sitting there, I'm like, you need to...
No,
I'm gonna
that's
snap your fucking phone
that's
in
a
half.
parent that let their kid dress themselves and didn't check.
That's the
Yeah.
toddler dressing themselves thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or she's just like, fuck you guys, I'm doing what I want. And they're
Yeah.
like, we're not even gonna
Was
argue.
this
Yeah.
like a younger cousin, or is this like?
Like-
she
yeah,
was
how, like-
15.
Old
Okay.
enough to know
Oh,
better.
Yeah.
Or just old enough to not give
Or-
a fuck.
Or
I respect it.
really didn't have any style and nobody told her otherwise.
Or just didn't care
But I'm also
about
feeling like
style.
since Noah said that it was like Nike shoes and the Nike socks, that's like trying to push like the whole like branding thing.
Yeah.
Where like, look, I
That's
have
the thing too, especially
these,
a girl
you know
her
what I mean?
age. Like I said, all addicted to social media, all that kind of shit.
The
She
image.
knows that that's not fashionable.
Yeah.
So
okay.
we finally get inside. We're sitting down, and we have to wait another half an hour, 45 minutes for them to announce the different bridesmaids and best men and whoever.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It was funny how they entered. One of them, they did the fucking fishing lure and whipped them back with the best man and the
Maid of honor.
maid of honor. They swapped clothes. So the guy was wearing like
Love
a pink
that.
dress, and
That's
the
funny.
That's
girl was wearing like this huge, gigantic suit. Fucking hilarious.
Taking
That's
notes for that for our
awesome.
wedding.
Funny.
Huh? I don't want to be in a dress. I actually don't care. I wore a tutu. Shut up.
I was like,
Yeah, we just talked about this.
Yeah, I
was
know,
like,
we
I'll
just
fucking
talked
wear
about
that
this.
dress.
So we wait. They announce it. They're like, okay,
Something else.
we're gonna take table by table to get food. That's fine. Didn't really care. After an hour, we finally are able to go up to the line. Food was not great. Food was not good. This is a family that thinks bloody or very fatty brisket is amazing.
Oh, so they're correct.
No.
Yeah, fuck you guys. I don't give a shit.
No, I don't.
Continue. Don't care.
So
Continue.
here's the thing. Like they had like fresh green beans, which is great. They made mac and cheese, fine. They had chicken with a type of sauce on it. That was good. They had salmon,
Oh.
which I
Bougie.
don't like it.
I
don't
Yeah.
I
eat
love salmon.
fish really, but my girlfriend said it didn't really have it just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
I
And
like
then
the
they had
texture was off.
they had a brisket, which mine just had all fat, and another person at our table, it was almost all completely red.
Like raw red?
Yeah, raw red.
Wow.
No, that's
To a
just my
degree,
opinion.
yeah.
I can't do that.
I can't do fat on anything, dude. I cut this shit.
It's too much.
You shouldn't have to chew your food like bubble gum.
So everyone is eating. Back to the little cousin. She gets done eating, and what is the first thing that she does?
Spills it on her.
No,
Throws it up.
no.
Goes on her phone.
She goes on her phone and scrolls on TikTok
Yeah.
while waiting for everything.
Wow.
While everyone is they're talking to everyone else is like talking amongst their tables. I
Is this
understand.
still part of like the no phone rule? Like,
No, phones were kind of allowed.
okay,
But they
I'm just trying to
still-
see like what they wanted in that.
Yeah.
Atmosphere.
But on TikTok,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't understand that point because you're in a wedding. They're saying their speech is like the best man, maid of honor.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
disrespectful as hell.
Did anybody approach her about it?
no.
Like nobody said.
And also her father started to go on his phone as well.
oh,
Yeah. That's
Monkey see, monkey do.
I mean, to be fair, I would do that too.
See,
But
like,
my
if it
thing
was,
is I fucking hate most weddings.
here's the thing though, if it was everyone's still eating, you're finished, sitting there on your phone, whatever, during speeches and shit, that's kind of really fucking disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
put your phone down for 2 minutes. Listen to the stupid, quirky thing that they
even
have
if you
to say.
don't
and,
care
like,
about the speech, listen for a couple minutes.
See,
Call
my
it a
biggest
day.
thing is as soon as somebody starts like doing stuff and like praying and stuff, it's like I sit there and I'm like,
Time goes on. The dancing begins. They do father, daughter, mother, son. First dance.
Did you bust a move?
I'll get there.
dude, I got videos from Hope of him busting down that dumpy.
No, you don't.
I do.
You don't.
She sent them to me. Yeah.
No, she didn't have her phone because it was in my pocket. Shut up.
I know.
You
It's
got-
okay. Deep
you
fake's
got
the thing.
nothing.
AI is the thing. It's okay. I'll
Shit.
feed a picture of you into it and I'll make it happen.
You'll just say Noah with a fat ass dancing on a dance floor. And
I watched Emma Stone say the N word today because of a deep fake. Anything's
Oh,
possible.
I was like, wait, what happened?
So, dancing begins. I found out that a Christian family, Christian people, drink way, way more than almost any alcoholic I have ever seen.
Nothing in Christian religion that says you can't drink.
I know, which I didn't understand.
Why?
Well, because
There's nothing sinful about it.
Because
good
because
wine
they
out at
pick and
church, bro.
choose what's okay and what's not.
So, the groom's youngest brother, he just turned 21, which understandable. It's a wedding. He just turned 21. He's going to
Live it up.
live it up. Before we even got inside, it was 6 o'clock, 30 minutes after the wedding. He is already on his fifth drink.
Damn.
That was me at our wedding. It was so bad.
Shots immediately.
Yeah, that's the problem. I had all my...
I think I may have drank at least half the tray of the peach schnapps shots.
That was the only way we could eat.
I know.
By the time we get inside and dancing comes along, he's probably on drink 15 or 16. And the glasses are kind of like medium. It's not massive, but they're not small. They're not shot glasses. There were no shot glasses at that place.
Mm-hmm.
It was all
Yeah.
medium sized.
Yeah.
So they were mixing it, and it was all open bar. It was everything was already paid for.
Holy shit.
Dances is happening. Me and Hope boogie down for a bit. I dance. She's just racing the roof a couple times, maybe doing a little bit of a disco. She doesn't know how to dance. Not at all. And she complained, I don't know how to dance. I'm like, well, we're going to teach you. We're going to teach you some dances because I don't want to just pump up my fists up and down the whole time anymore. So we sit down for a bit, and I think everyone will kind of almost immediately understand. Pitbull, Fireball happens.
Fireball. Do, 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 do.
And whenever the song did Fireball, both the bride and the grooms just downed a bottle of Fireball.
Hell yeah.
And
That is a rough one.
Yeah.
Since they do that, since Fireball gets said a couple times, they did it a couple times,
Oh my
shit.
goodness.
which I was kind of surprised. The aunt, which kind of helped orchestrate everything, told us where to sit, like how close to the family for like the actual
Oh, okay.
wedding part is. Before we even got into the reception, she was already gone. Yeah, she was gone.
She did her job. She was done.
She did her job. She's fucking gone.
That's fair.
Back to the small fucking cousin again. Instead of like, when you think of a 15-year-old that has already been scrolling on TikTok for a while, you think, oh, they would just stay on their phone, go into a corner, go outside, just be away from everyone. Mm-hmm. No, she puts down her phone and just stands in the middle of the dance floor. Doesn't dance, doesn't like do anything. She actively just stands in the middle of a dance floor everyone's saying like, hey, come on, let's dance. Let's do this. Boogie down a little bit. She's like, no, fuck you.
Okay, so she's awkward for the attention.
She's
Yes.
autistic.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
Okay, that's literally what it sounds like.
And we ended up leaving before they did the send-off because we were technically there to make sure the dogs didn't kill themselves because we were technically house sitting for their
Nice.
dogs. But we are also technically family.
Right.
Okay.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah. And I was like, I will never be part of
Not
that
yet.
family.
I'm not a part of their family yet. So we're leaving, and my girlfriend and Hope is getting upset because I didn't get to say like congratulations. I didn't get to say thank you for letting us be here. Blah blah blah.
Oh, yeah.
She was just getting like bringing herself down, and we're like, by the time we even got to see them or talk or just be somewhat close to them, they were already drunk and the dance was happening.
Yeah.
Right.
You weren't going to be able to talk to anyone.
Yeah.
It's not like you could get through to them at any
Yeah.
At that point,
yeah.
it's just let them have fun, and you'll talk to them later. Like,
Yeah.
You can send them a thank you card or whatever. You know, you could say, you know, hey, I really appreciated it. Invited me. I had fun. Blah 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 blah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do it in a card or a text message or in person
Something.
if you know
Yeah,
them.
something.
Whatever.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
So we leave after getting lost on the fucking highway. We finally get home when it's like 11:30. I was exhausted. I was tired of it. I don't like wearing pants. I don't like dressing up nice. I look good in a shirt and shorts. That's fucking it. And a hat or beanie.
And Renaissance carp.
Coach Boomer? You
Will
look
it be
good
that?
then.
Coach Boomer? Goddamn, I look good. Hey, I was still wearing shorts. And those pants, I could technically pull off as shorts.
Technically.
That's true.
Yeah?
You were wearing shorts.
Your peasant
Your
pants.
capris.
Capri.
Dude, I had the peasant capris for
They're
mine.
so comfy.
Too. Yeah, they are.
That's what
Fuck
I
yeah.
have.
I want to get. Sorry, this is random. I want to get a pair of harem pants. Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Temu.
Temu, you
I
can
want to
get-
get a pair so bad.
Temu,
Like
you can get them for like
$8.
you can get them for like $8.
Yeah,
and you
I
can get
offered to
them
buy a pair
as-
for her, and she's
yeah.
like, "No, I don't want those."
Because
I'm
I
like,
was
Why did I
looking,
say that? I've always wanted a pair. Of
I was
harem
looking
pants.
for him for I went more Roma with my costume for the Maryland one, and then I ended up doing a skirt anyway because I was afraid it wouldn't get here in time or something would
Some
happen.
more.
That's a slur.
It's not a slur.
It
It
is a
is a
slur.
slur.
It 100% is a slur.
Don't give up.
Fuck. Go ahead, you say it now.
No,
No,
that
the
is
G
one.
word. The other
No.
G word. Yeah. There,
I'll
now
say
we're
that-
even.
I'll say that all day long. I will not say that one.
So that was pretty much the wedding.
Gotta love Cher.
Sunday, I didn't get into Punxsy on time.
Boo.
That was not my fucking fault. That was not my fault.
No, it took forever.
So here's the thing. I had a plan. When we got into Virginia, I had a plan of what needs to happen because Hope wanted to go to the mall, which is fine.
Yeah.
Then there was the wedding, and then Sunday we would be coming back home. Saturday was wedding day, but we went to the mall early morning, so we had a 4-hour time period where she could shop. And you guys saw how much shit she got.
I shopped till she dropped.
Yeah, she shopped until we pretty much had to go.
Till we pretty much didn't have any money left.
So I made the plan of, all right, we're all going to wake up early on Saturday so we could get to the mall on time or a little bit early. So you technically have 4 hours to go through this whole mall or wherever you want to go before we have to get home and get dressed and leave. Because the wedding was an hour away from Virginia. And then on Sunday, we would wake up early enough, like 10:30. Because 2nd and Charles, this is where the store I bought everything at, all of your guys' gifts,
Yeah.
it opens at 11. So I'm like, all right,
Gotcha.
we're going to wake up at 10:30. Car will be already packed and ready to go. We'll get there. We'll have an hour so that whenever we're done, we can just hit the road and go. Easy. We would have been home by 4:30, 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
We would have been in Punxsy, easy shit.
Yeah.
Well, Hope, I love you with all my heart. I really do. I love you crazy. But she did not want to get out of bed. It was 10:50 until I forced her out of bed. She got dressed. She got everything together. We head upstairs. It's 11 o'clock. That's when I wanted to leave, but it's okay. It will be there soon. It's only like 3 minutes away. I'm not going to hold her to it. Hope grabs a muffin, starts eating it. Her mom, decided to be like, we're not going anywhere until you finish that muffin. Go sit down. We're not doing anything until you finish the muffin. I'm like, why the fuck does that matter? She can eat the muffin outside. She can eat it in the car. It doesn't give a fuck.
How big is this muffin?
It was a medium-sized muffin.
Like,
And
Fair.
the mom is a very, very heavy smoker. She went through 4 packs of cigarettes in 2 days.
Yeah. That's a lot.
It is heavy. So while she's eating her muffin, which is almost done at this point,
Yeah.
the mom steps outside and smokes 2 cigarettes. It's 11:15. I'm like, all right, we're all good. We're all good. Great. All right, let's go. We get outside. We step outside. Everything is packed in the car. Me and Hope sit in the back. The dad sits in the front. Thank God the dad was there. He was the one that got us everywhere because he could actually drive. We step out. We get in the car. The mom's like, oh, I forgot something in the house. Okay. Took her roughly 10 minutes to go inside again and grab something. So it's almost 11:30, and we finally get to 2nd and Charles. I'm like, all right. There's one thing that I want. I want a Luffy pop figure because I've been watching One Piece and I really want a Luffy pop figure. That's all I fucking care about. Anything else? Sure, whatever.
Rest is all cherries.
So after like 5 or 10 minutes, I find the Luffy pop figure. I'm like, cool, grab it, good. Doesn't have a price. Shit, I hope it's not $20. Luckily, my girlfriend goes up, checks. It's only like $12. Like, oh, cool, yeah, nice, great,
Sweet. We did it, honey. Let's go.
sweet, we're good. But the mom and dad go walk around, which is fine. But they walk around and they check everything in the store.
2nd and Charles is a big ass store.
It's a big store. But they don't read. They don't read books.
Oh.
The dad is like a very big Batman or video game collector, which is only in
Gotcha.
2 spots.
Yeah.
The mom wanders. No one knows where the fuck she is. So while I have this
Time
pop,
to leave.
while I have this pop figure in my hand, shout out to Hope. She's like, "Isn't it Ollie's birthday? And isn't like Cody and Chris's birthday coming up?" I'm like, "Fuck." Yeah, we better get them stuff. So we go by buying people. I grab stuff for everyone. And by the time I get Krista's thing, it's like almost 12:30. I'm like, dude, I just want to go home now. I'm sorry, but I almost just dropped everything and just said, let's leave.
At this
I wouldn't
point,
have blamed you.
at this point, you're just like, I just want to go.
I just want to go home. But then I saw something at the corner of my eye, which was a hat. I'm like, I see Witcher. I gotta get it.
Hell yeah.
So we finally get up front. I pay for it. God damn. Second and Charles. You fuck me up, dude. It's a great place,
I love
but
that
it's
place.
like Barnes and Nobles. Do not leave me alone in there. Over $100 for everything.
Jesus.
It isn't
Lord.
bad. It isn't bad for 6 things.
I was gonna say you got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Rings related stuff is
Yeah.
not cheap either. So
Yeah. I think the most expensive thing was your plushie.
I was gonna say plushies or
Yeah.
yeah.
But
that
that,
should be bumping.
that plushie, fucking derpy as hell, but it was
It's so
good.
fucking cute. I love them.
I love those big fucking ass cheeks.
Got big old cheeks.
So, pay for everything, get in the car. Like, all right, good. We can start heading home. It's 12:30. We can head home. Mom picks up. I'm hungry. Let's go somewhere. I know, you fucking bitch.
No, we'll bleep that out.
Yeah. So,
You fucking.
and this is at the point. This is where I'm messaging you, Tyler. Like, hey, is there any way that you can move the fucking birthday party, the surprise birthday party, just like after the fucking movie? Because we talked about this before. That Hope and I will not be here.
Yeah.
I didn't get a message from you for a while.
Well, see, what happened is I was not informed that we had a Dark Star party also on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
The day that I already planned to have Holly's birthday. So I had to hurry up, do Holly's birthday party, then go to the Dark Star party for like
An
40
hour.
minutes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, now we got to go watch Godzilla. So it was very...
Well, see, my
it
whole
was
thing was
hectic.
obviously I didn't know there was a surprise birthday party.
Well,
So
yeah.
Josh started giving me
I
shit
wish I would
about
have been
it.
informed about the other
Well, you were
party.
informed about it a week ahead of time.
A day before.
No.
I didn't even know until Josh was like, you coming tomorrow? I'm like, coming tomorrow where?
That's not true at all. It was at least at the minimum a week because when we talked about getting sushi, Josh also brought up, well, then I guess she didn't tell you about the party at Blaze's either. And we talked about it standing right there.
I don't get told things.
Happy 9/11. But
Ignoring it.
obviously I didn't know that there was a surprise party. So
Yeah.
when Josh started harping on us and giving us shit about not going because it's a Dark Star party and we're Dark Star and all that. So I'm like, yeah, we'll go. We'll show up for a little bit, but we made plans with other people to go to the movies, so we'll be there just for a little bit. And then, so looking back on it, everything was so suspicious, but not suspicious enough to question it. It was in that realm of, that's weird, but also could be totally normal. So, like, Tyler tells me, we need to go to bed early. We got so much stuff we have to do tomorrow. And I was like, I mean, everything's later in the
I just wanted
day,
to
it's
be
fine.
up before noon.
And he's like, you know, want to tidy up the house, do some chores, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, damn it. Well, Tyler gets up at fucking like 8 a.m. and leaves. And I was like, okay, bye. And then around 10, I get a text from Squishy. And he's like, hey, will you take me to Walmart? Dad's leg really hurts. And I want to get shit for the fire I'm having over at Jeff's tonight. I was like, yeah, of course. I'll swing you up there. So I called Tyler. Hey, Squishy wants to go to Walmart. You okay with running him up there real quick? We'll just run to Walmart. And he's like, I gotta help my dad with stuff. But you can take the car and you can take him. I'm like, what are you helping Jeff with? And he's like, just stuff. I just have to help my dad with stuff. I was pissed. I'm like, you're gonna make me drive all by myself? All by my little lonesome in the car to go pick up Squishy? That's mean as hell. That's rude as fuck. You gonna make me be by myself? So it's like, okay, whatever.
For the 5 minutes it takes to pick your brother.
But I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just go. Then Tyler's like, hey, I need you to pick me up bananas and an 18-pack of eggs. Which, again, weird. But I was like,
We
okay.
actually needed them. It wasn't weird.
And then he hands me a $100 bill. And he's like, you have to break this, though? And I was like, you have cash that you can break this 100 for. I know that for a fact. But whatever, I'll break your $100. Okay, I leave. Me and Squishy are walking around Walmart and shit, and he was like, oh, hey, we might have to swing by Katie's and pick up her packages so they're not left outside. And I was like, oh, yeah, definitely. And we took forever in Walmart because I'm like, well, fuck, we're going to Dark Star. I need to get quick, simple shit that I can make to bring because it's like a potluck. So I'm going through and I'm shopping and I get everything. We're good. We get outside and Tyler calls me and he's like, can you please bring Josh here? Because I am pissed off that, you know, Jeff's pissing me off. He's doing this, blah, blah, blah. We can't load his trailer or take his trailer off with just 2 people. We need more people. And I was like, yes, okay. You go somewhere, let him go somewhere. Don't touch it until I'm there. Because I'm like, either Jeff's going to blow up on Tyler or Tyler's going to blow up on Jeff. So I'm like, just separate. Everything's good. And he tricked me to the point where I fucking was like, you know what? He's having a bad day. I'm going to get him his favorite chocolate bar.
Just got me a little treat, dog.
Yeah, to make him feel better. I'm going to surprise him with his favorite chocolate since he's having such a rough go of things. We're driving back. Tyler calls again. Hey, could you bring me a coat because it's pretty chilly out? And it was. So I was like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, if you could just stop at the house and grab a coat for me and then come over to Dad's. I was like, okay, your red coat's in the car, I'm pretty sure, so I'll just bring that. And he's like, no, I don't think it is. And I don't want that one. It's not warm enough. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, go upstairs. I think my Edgar Allan Poe hoodie's up there, if you'll get that one. And that pissed me off. I'm like, now we're getting picky about what fucking hoodie we want? No, you're going to get whatever my little hand lays on first. That's what you're getting. And then pulled up and there was the surprise party. But I was like, I was pissed. I was like, he's going to tell me to get him the Edgar Allan Poe one? No, he's going to get whatever little hoodie I find. That's it.
I thought it was great. It was funny.
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be that weekend because you guys were in Virginia and Katie wasn't even here.
Yeah.
Katie was in also Virginia.
She was in West Virginia. Yeah. So I was like, and the funny thing is, though, I almost told you last week that I didn't want my surprise party yet.
Well, you got it.
Too bad.
So, too fucking bad.
So, the mom is now hungry. It's 12:30. Who knows when we'll be back now? We had to go in the opposite direction to go to McDonald's.
Oh, hell no. I would have been like, bitch, whatever direction we're going in, you pick a place.
There was a Wendy's down the street.
Let me start
and like
walking.
Burger King and something else. But there was a McDonald's in the other direction. Because she wanted an apple pie.
Oh, the worst thing. The worst thing they have.
They got cream pies now, dog.
So we drive all the way back. Probably like another 5 to 10 minutes. Go through the line. One of the speakers didn't work. So we had to fucking pull up even more. Do another speaker. Finally get out of there. We almost went in the wrong direction of a one-way.
That would have been good.
Went in the other direction. Started heading out. Holy shit. It was almost 1 o'clock. So, here we are driving. Cool. I'm watching One Piece on my phone. I'm just toning everything out. And we get to
Breezewood.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. We're almost there. 2 hours away. Fucking nice.
Yep.
Cool.
We
gotta stop at McDonald's again. Oh my fuck.
The pie ran out.
Yeah, she wanted another goddamn pie. It was for a bathroom break. And then a quick snack.
A quick snack.
15 fucking minutes later. Finally get back on the road.
Grow up.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Shut up, dude. I'm trying to tell a story.
Don't give him the finger. It makes him cough. Watch.
Stop.
Look, it makes him cough. Why does
Cough.
it make him cough? Guys, give it to him.
Nope.
Yeah,
Look,
give
look,
it
it
to
makes
him.
him cough.
Yeah,
Just look
give
at
it
him
to
real
him.
quick
I
and
have
see
to
if it
look
coughs.
at
Krista,
now. I have
give
to
it
look
to
at
him.
it.
It'll make him cough. For some reason, it makes him cough when he looks at it.
Hey.
Oh,
We
look,
got
we
him.
did it. We got him. We got him.
So, by that time, we had to stop again, and that's when I called you.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's when you're like, I gave up all fucking hope. It's over.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But we did have a pretty good fire pit playing werewolf.
Yeah.
I was the narrator with a speaker.
Dude,
It was nice.
Dude, we can get you one of those if you want one. So fucking cheap.
Yeah.
Like Holly's dad had like picked them up on Whatnot
Yeah, it
for
was
like
like $1.
it was like literally like $1.
Yeah, if I could get one of those so I can just have one for when we play werewolf again or
Dude,
mafia
you would-
or whatever
you
we
would
do.
Use it for anything.
That is true.
Like, you could also use it down at the center, like whenever you had to tell all those people like what was going on. Like, dude, you could have just walked down
The
there with a little
5
fucking
people he
speaker on
told.
and be like, "Hello."
Yeah, playing werewolf as the narrator was fun.
Except you had to chase Holly around because she had the other fucking microphone.
I wasn't tattling.
You were going to.
I would have.
Yeah, exactly. I was worried that whenever you were hiding behind the bushes, your eyes were still open and you
I
could
never
see.
cheated. I will promise right now, I never peeked. I hid behind the tree. I didn't peek.
The only reason I believe you is because Katie wasn't there.
That's fair.
Yeah, just one. But still keep it over there because I'll eat the whole bag.
More than anything, I wanted you to hand him a handful of the beef
Good.
stroganoff. Just
Kind of a handful of beef stroganoff.
our wedding was pretty good. Pretty quick, pretty simple.
I wish
I-
that wedding was quick.
I did feel bad though because the officiant, I don't know if this was his first wedding. Like, he was a friend who got ordained just for this or what. He seemed scared beyond belief to be talking in front of people. And he did the whole, I now pronounce you wife and wife, or he said, I now pronounce you lifelong partners. You may now kiss your brides. They kiss. And then he goes, wait, no, back up. That didn't happen. They never exchanged rings.
Oh, shit.
And then they did that. And then he was like, now you can kiss your lifelong partner again. But like he would like stutter on words and like it was just I felt
was
so
not, like, well
bad.
spoken. He also had a lisp. I don't know if you caught it on the lisp, but I caught it on the lisp.
I don't know, I felt bad. But then
But-
afterwards was so fun.
It was nice.
Tyler threw it back in a circle.
I did. Also, they had a taco bar at a lesbian wedding.
No, it was so fucking good. Explaining
Fucking
to Tyler's
hilarious.
mom.
Me and my brother are laughing the whole time. My mom's like, I don't know.
Because she's like, I'm pretty sure they're having a taco bar. And Ronnie's like, at a lesbian wedding? I'm not surprised. And she's like, well, it's supposed to be good. It's gonna be good. And he's like, no, that's not.
Like, my mom thought, like, we thought it wasn't fancy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're like, no, that's not. And then she's like, I don't understand. And then I'm like, Mom, I was like, another word for a vagina is a taco. And lesbians like vaginas. And then, like, I had to be, like, super fucking blatant about it. And she goes, well, I don't think that's why they have it. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
It was fun, though. They looked beautiful. They did, like, their dresses and stuff. They were gorgeous.
And you know, I was like, you know what? That's gotta fucking suck. To be a lesbian getting married, you gotta buy double the dresses. They both decided to wear dresses. When I heard that, I'm like, how much fucking money did they spend?
shit.
They both got theirs online. The one's bride dress was $600.
Yeah.
And it looked gorgeous.
That's awesome.
And I was like, I'm
that's
glad
like
it
the-
turned out like that and not like those videos you see where it's fucked up. Mm-hmm. But I was like, that's amazing. That is the best way to fucking do that because wouldn't want to imagine having to buy 2 fucking dresses.
Right.
That's the picture he sent me, by the way. Fucking dumbass.
Yeah, they both looked
My
gorgeous.
cousin's
Their
the one on the
dresses
left.
were really nice. But it was fun.
Yeah, like their dresses were really nice. Like they looked really nice.
Oh, the best part? They start dancing for a little bit, and I mean, the one bride, she's bussing it down in
Yeah,
some heels.
dude,
I mean,
she
she is
was-
fucking getting it. And then his cousin runs up to the house and comes back down. They had white Crocs to wear with their wedding dresses, so they fucking put their white Crocs on and then continued dancing.
But see, my cousin has what the fuck you got going on? What's your condition?
Hyperhidrosis.
Yeah, so my cousin has hyperhidrosis, but hers is all in her footies. Okay. Oh, and her hands. Her hands sweat really bad, and her feet sweat really bad. But she doesn't sweat out of her armpits at all.
Yeah.
Like she has no I don't know if there's no sweat glands or like what the fuck happens,
Yeah.
but she doesn't sweat out of her armpits at all.
It's
Like
all
nothing
feet
happens.
hands.
Yeah.
It's all over feet and her hands. So she's like dancing around, and I see her like go to eat shit. So I kind of like put my arm behind her, and I was like, you dancing too hard. And she goes, no, I didn't put socks on with my Crocs. And she's like, I'm sliding all over the fucking place.
Oh my god.
And like every time she wears like sandals, she can't because like her feet, she'll literally slide out of her
Yeah,
shoes
she'll
because she's
slip.
sweating
my
so bad.
gosh.
So she always has to wear like fabric coated
Yeah.
like shoes,
Right.
you know. And
Oh my
she's
gosh.
or like she literally slips and falls like all the time. So she's like dancing. I was like, you need to put it in sport mode, and she's like, sport mode, and I was like, put your thing back, and she goes, oh yeah, that would help. And she puts them back, and she's like, oh, that's so much better.
Oh my gosh. And then we get there. We got there early. You know, we're close family to them. Get there early in case there's need to do any help, anything like that. Tyler, Ronnie, and his niece wander off into the woods. I am left with Lori. We're just kind of standing there. And I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck to do. This ain't my family.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're supposed to be doing.
I told her to come with me, but
Yeah.
she didn't.
But then I would leave Lori on her own because her sister had left to go get ready. All of the like family that wasn't the other bride's family was gone getting ready or helping with something. So Lori would have just been on her own. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And she was being real sweet to me that day. So I was like, I'm gonna stay with Lori. Well, then Tyler and all of them come back. Me and Lori went back to the truck and sat in the truck because it was fucking cold. We're in the truck. We're chilling. Ronnie and Tyler. For some reason, I tell Tyler to get in the truck so I could close my car door. Instead of getting in the back seat where there's an open seat, he climbs on top of me in the passenger seat so I can shut the door. And then we're all sitting there. Ronnie looks at Lily and is like, there's a fucking spider in my hair. I can feel it crawling. Get it. She looks and goes, it's a tick.
It was
Takes her AirPod
huge,
case
bro.
and just keeps fucking hitting him with it.
Like, and
And I'm
just
like,
the side of the
Lily,
head. She's
Her
just,
dad?
Yeah, she's doing that
Yeah,
to her dad.
Ronnie?
Yeah, Ron
like
ha-
beating Ronnie with it?
Yeah.
Ron
Oh,
had,
that's
And
fucking
we're like,
great.
Ron
We're
had a
like-
huge tick crawling up the side of his ear, and she's just bashing him in the side
I'm
of
like,
the head
Lily,
with a
you
fucking
can't squish a
iPod
tick
or,
like that.
Yeah.
You
AirPod
can't squish a
case.
tick like that. You're
AirPod
gonna make it
case.
fall. Just leave it. Stop. While she continuously bashes him with the AirPod case,
my God.
freaking out. And then I'm like, Lily, stop. And then it falls to his shoulder. And I'm like, oh my God, stop. It's gonna get in the truck and I have to ride back there later.
and it starts crawling back up his neck. I'm like, Ron, just step out of the truck, and I'll just take it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So then Tyler got it off
And
of
I
him.
just pulled it. Like it wasn't in him; it was just crawling on him. I
Yeah,
just
and then
picked
he's
it
sitting
I
there
threw
and
it
he's
off.
like, I think it might have started biting me because there's a bump there. And I'm like, or that's from Lily beating the shit out of you with her earbuds.
Yeah.
One of the two.
But see, like we were like their wedding was like on like this. It was like a really nice piece of property. It was super wooded. It had trails everywhere with like a little creek and a pond and all that shit. So me and Ron were like, "Fuck yeah!" Height of like morel season. Like, see you cats later. So we all went tramping off through the woods looking for morels, and like we're coming back, and then I saw a tick on my shoe, and I was like, "Oh shit." I must have gotten a tick patch, and I flicked it off. And then Lily's like, She's like, oh yeah, like I don't know why, but ticks just love me. And I look down, and her pants are covered. I was like, oh my god. So I'm like scraping the
God.
ticks off.
Yeah.
And then we get back, and Ron's like, I didn't see any on me. He's like, I checked everywhere. And then as we're sitting in the car, he's like, oh my god. It was massive.
crazy.
It was like the biggest tick I've ever seen, and I've never seen a tick that big.
I think my favorite part of the whole wedding was
a
Tyler's
Pittsburgh
mom
tick.
was drinking, and now the sangria and what I thought was the lemon cucumber water, which was vodka, were both extremely strong. 1 cup, and I was like, and they weren't even like full fucking solo cups. They were the little plastic cups.
Yeah.
I had one and was like, oh my god, I can feel it. And so Lori drank, Ronnie drank, and Lori kept coming to Tyler, and she was like, you gotta drive home. You gotta drive home. You're driving home. Well, then the last hour, she was only drinking water. We go to leave. She gets in the driver's seat, and I'm like, shouldn't someone stop her? And I am fine. I've been drinking nothing but water. Everything's fine. We're good. And then as we're leaving, they have, like, the road paved, but big enough for, like, 1 car. She went a little too far to the right and went off that paved into a culvert and back up.
Dude,
So
and
it's literally
I'm like,
right
oh
after
yeah.
we're like, are you sure you're safe to drive? And she's like, yeah. And we just go back
The
up.
whole
And we're like,
fucking truck just went sideways for a hot minute, and I was like,
Oh my
I was like,
God.
Mom, I think I should drive. And she's like, shut up. That was an accident. I was like,
and then further down
like,
the road,
no.
it was one of like the asphalt patches, so it was just like a rectangle that was darker than the rest of the road. She
Yeah.
fucking swerves around it and comes back, and we're like,
are you good?
what the hell? And she was like, oh, I thought there was something in the road. I didn't. There was a reflection on it. And I was like,
she just like,
we're
we're just driving, fucking, and I'm like, what the fuck?
You did that to me.
What?
Dude, you thought you saw walking on the side of the road, and I'm like, I don't know
Oh.
what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, there's like,
Yeah.
and you're just like, I'm like, what the fuck did he just juke from? And that was in
Listen.
broad daylight. I was like,
Well, my mom was drunk. I have a condition. It's different. She thought, I don't know what the fuck she thought she saw. I don't think she was actually drunk, but it was just funny to say that she was drunk.
All right. Anything else? We've been recording for about 2 hours.
All right, let's go around and say what everybody's favorite fast food is. Fast food restaurant. Mine's Wendy's.
Wendy's.
like in this area or just all together?
All together.
I'm gonna say Chipotle.
See, I
That's
was
what I
just
was
thinking
Oh, I was gonna
that.
say, is Chipotle or Jersey Mike's considered
Yes.
fast food?
100%
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay. Then
like
not,
Subway's
okay,
considered
then,
fast
then
food.
fuck
so yes.
Wendy's, bro. Love Wendy's though. It's for real though. Shout out to Wendy's.
Yeah.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
Man, Chipotle or Jersey? I'm gonna say Jersey Mike's. Favorite.
I'm going
Then
KFC.
Chipotle, then Wendy's. Oh,
The famous
damn.
bowl, though, is pretty fucking good.
What'd you
I
say?
think old KFC is good. Not like nowadays. It's like we went to a KFC not that long ago. My dad was like, "I'll never come back here." That was his favorite
Love
place to
KFC.
go, and he's just like, it's just all breading and bones and gristle.
See, here's the thing though. Half the time, I don't even get chicken at KFC. I
I
get
just get
mashed
it.
potatoes.
I was gonna
and
say, I get it.
mac
I
and
make
cheese.
homemade mashed potato bowls a lot.
I was gonna say, I just
We
get
do
the
that
mashed
all the
potato
time.
bowls, bro.
so good.
No, what's your favorite fast food?
It's Popeyes,
Okay.
but not in this area.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever eaten out of Popeyes.
Because I have gotten food poisoning, like severe food poisoning from the Popeyes in Indiana.
Yikes.
Don't eat it from there. Don't eat it from Altoona. Fucking stay away from that place.
Go to a different state.
Go
if you
to a
want
different
Popeyes.
state if you want Popeyes. Because they don't do shit. They cook it raw.
I'm gonna have to say Chipotle out of all my other options.
What about Chick-fil-A?
Never had it.
Well,
Chick-fil-A is against the gays.
That is true.
But shout
Chick-fil-A
out
is
to
also super overrated.
shout out to Chick-fil-A for giving out honey with their French fries because I love that shit, and that's the only reason I will ever go to a Chick-fil-A
Holy shit.
is to get French fries and honey.
Huh? I gotta chill.
All right.
It's getting chills.
All right.
See you, love you, miss you, bye.
Thank you all for listening to CNC Talks. If you like that episode and want to hear more, follow and subscribe to keep up to date. We have an Instagram and Facebook at Creatures and Cantrips, and Twitter at Creature Cantrip. If you want your message to be read on the next episode, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Like, share, comment. It'll help us immensely. I hope you all have a wonderful day.